Welcome to fruit tree pruning season, I guess. Would you believe me if I told you that this tree was planted exactly 1 year ago from something that was really the size of just a stick sticking out of the ground? I mean, it had some branches, but it's crazy how much this grew. I'm not going to go into the entire history, but well, it's a short history. I suppose I can edit this in. So when I planted this, I root pruned it pretty heavily to get rid of circling roots, and planted it in a spot that's very good sandy soil where the roots can spread out, and I think that's what contributed to it growing so fast. By the way, in case you're new here, my name is Brandon and I garden in Zone 9B southeast of Houston, Texas, and this is a plum tree. This is Gulf Beauty plum. We have Methley as well that was planted at the same time behind me, and it did not get as big as this one. And it's time to prune these. You probably already know that I don't really follow the traditional rules of things. I kind of learn on my own through my own experiences. I want to call it learning in isolation, but I actually think that's not accurate. I looked that up today actually in preparation for this video. But I want to show you just the basics of what I'm doing today with this tree as a 1-year-old tree, because yeah, this grew very fast. It's not atypical for me because I have a green thumb, I guess. But let's have a closer look at what's going on with this tree real quick. So the main thing that I want you to notice here is that I've got kind of two trunks growing, and I do not want branches this low. So I know that, growing a tree takes time, and it's a work in progress until the tree is dead. But I had a hard decision to make here with, what to cut here. And the decision is made easier by the fact that I made a mistake here, one that I've made many times and I've showed y'all before. I girdled this stem here. Let me show you real quick. So early on, in an effort to keep the tree from falling too far this way because it was leaning to the ground, and yes, I do put a lean in my trees on purpose for aesthetic reasons, I had anchored it just very gently, and obviously I forgot about that anchor. Oh, we're gonna focus or no? Yeah, I guess we'll do that. I forgot about the rope, and I guess I saw it. I could have fixed it, but yeah. I also was not using the good knot. Oh look, I can almost untie it still, but it's embedded in there. It's not. This isn't really a repairable thing. So I knew that I was gonna have to sacrifice a large portion of this at some point. So today, the work that I'm going to do is pruning off this large branch here all the way up. And that's going to leave this as my main trunk, and I'm going to leave most of these branches for this year. Now, I don't like to follow a lot of rules when it comes to gardening. I just kind of do what makes sense to me, especially when it comes to pruning. I prune when I need to, when I want to, but I will say this. As I'm learning a little bit more about what other people do with fruit trees, I do agree that there is kind of a rule to pruning fruit trees like this. You want to prune these sometime in the winter, probably right as they're going to come out of dormancy, and mainly because all of the sugars and sap that's going to be rushing up into the canopy of the tree to put on all the leaves and flowers will be wasted if you let these branches that you're going to prune off fully flower and leaf out before you prune them. So it's best to prune before everything starts leafing out. I do have a little bit of flowering up here, but it's really minimal. Somehow, I guess it's because of the girdling, but most of the flowering and leafing out is happening on the side that I'm going to keep. But this should be pretty quick work. I'm just basically gonna prune off. Oh yeah, I forgot a couple of these are attached to vining things up above. So in order to get them out of here, there we go. I'm going to just dissect this real quick. It won't take very long. And then I've got this. See if I can cut this rope or not. There we go. And then I'm tempted to saw this, the large chunk off, but I think I'm gonna leave it, or not leave it. I'm gonna cut it with the pruners because they should be able to handle it, but I do need to pay attention to which. Okay, yeah, all right. Okay, there we go. So sad to lose this much, but that's part of the plan. Would have probably been better if I'd done this sooner so that this section didn't get so large, but that is the name of the game, I guess. Sometimes I forget things for a while, but now you can see that our basic structure here has really changed now that that big half is gone there. So the trunk is going to start running more up this way. I don't know if I'm going to allow this to turn into a separate branch structure or not. I really don't think I am, but I'm gonna kind of let it grow this year, and I guess it's going to fruit for me. Obviously it's flowering pretty heavily, and then I'll kind of prune probably again next spring. I mean, like I said, I don't really follow too many rules here. My main thing with this is just that since I had to do so much pruning on that's like half the tree, I wanted to try to get it done before it fully leafed out. Now, as you may have noticed, for some reason this tree grew extremely vigorously, and it grew all of these kind of octopus branches, and these are a heck of an opportunity for artistic interpretation or artistic styling of the tree. And what I mean by that, and I don't think I'm going to do this today, but what I mean by that is these are so flexible still in this first year that you can take them and, you know, shape them off in any kind of direction you want. You probably even do some really crazy things, bring them down and out around like this. Now, I'm not going to go that crazy with this tree, but I am definitely going to make this a pretty tree. And to just quickly mention, you know, I've learned a lot in dealing with the peach trees over the last couple of years. A lot of times the branches will be shaped by the fruit itself. So, you know, all these branches right now may be, you know, straight up for the most part, but once that fruit sets on them, I mean, they may really hang down and kind of solidify in that shape during the growing season while the fruit is setting. So I am probably going to do a little bit here soon with shaping branches, but not too terribly much. My main goal, just as with the peach tree behind you, which we will show real quick, is to, you know, it's to make the tree aesthetically pleasing, but also, you know, all these branches that go really way high up, I'm trying to take them and, you know, get them to aim downward some so that the peaches, the fruit is a little easier to reach. I mean, I'm not, you know, an 80-year-old man or anything growing fruit trees. I can climb a ladder. I'm not afraid of ladders, but it is still safer to harvest from the ground if possible. So that's what I did here. You see, these were straight up and down branches, and during the growing season of these years, I pulled the branches downwards, and some of them, like probably this one here, went straight down to the ground as it had fruit growing on it. So, like I said, I'm learning a ton every year, and the plum trees are very new, but they are fun as heck already. Last year, the the Methley plum that I haven't shown, I won't show it in this video, but I will show it soon. That one actually set like 3 fruit right after planting. This one did not. It didn't flower as much. It was a very small twig when we planted it, seriously. It's insane how much this has grown, and it's going to be a lot of fun. The peaches are honestly my favorite, but the plums are pretty nice too. I think boyfriend actually prefers, well, he likes the plums. I wouldn't say he prefers them. That's going to be it for today, though. I just wanted to talk real quick about this. Apologies for not putting out a video this weekend. I sure wanted to, but my Wi-Fi went out and it just got fixed today, which is why I am doing a video early in the week. So That's going to be it for today. Expect more pruning type videos because I've got so much pruning work to do. I don't actually know what I'm going to do on the peach tree that's behind y'all that I showed a minute ago. It's setting a lot of fruit right now, and I'm going to have to thin it, and I suppose that's going to be a topic to talk about. Until then, though, I will see you guys probably this weekend.